One of the ways you can make your applications more efficient in production is something called caching. Caching is a way that you can add context and memory of sorts to your application. So instead of keep asking the database the same question to get the same response, you cache that response so the next time the user asks for it, we don't have to go to the database, we can go to our cache store, which makes your application more efficient and more faster. To give you a normal context of this, an example might be if you're at, say, a McDonald's and you ask the server, the cashier behind the till, what is the wrap of the day? And she will then go to the chef and the chef will say, today is the barbecue chicken wrap. And she says, okay, thank you. She goes back to the customer, which is the client. Cashier or the API then goes back to the client and says, it's the barbecue chicken wrap. And customer says, okay, thank you, and moves along. And that's the end of that request. But then the next customer comes along and says, hey, what's the wrap of the day? Now, as a human, that human already knows, that cashier already knows that it's the barbecue chicken one. So she doesn't need to go back to the chef to say, what is the wrap of the day today? That is, in coding way, that is caching. So without caching, every time someone asks that question, the cashier would have to go to the chef to ask that question. Now, if that happens 100 times, 200 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times in your application, that's a lot of requests and a lot of unnecessary trips to the database. So the response to that is if the data isn't going to change much, we will cache that response. So we will cache it in a table somewhere, maybe in Redis, DynamoDB, wherever. So the next time somebody asks us what's the wrap of the day, instead of the API having to hit the database to get that data, we can simply hit the cache, which makes the application faster, and it also prevents usage on the database from spiking. So in simple terms, if you have data or anything in your API or in your system that doesn't change very often, cache the data. In return, you'll get a faster system, more efficient, your database won't spike as often, and you'll have a very happy production system. Thanks for watching.